Okay, so this week, this will be what is it? So this will be from the 4th of March all the way up till Brenda's birthday. So I want to start the video off like this because I just got off the phone with the people who make cakes. What are they called? Bakers. That's what they're called. So I just got off the phone with someone who can do a custom cake. Brenda specifically said she wanted pink and she wanted strawberry. Honestly, that whole phone call felt a little bit hostile. I felt like the lady doesn't like me. The way I'm talking now is how I was talking on the phone, like chipper, like, hi, I'm talking to another human being and I don't want to ruin your day. Maybe it's the anxious person in me, or maybe it's just I'm a very anxious person on the phone, and I try to be as pleasant as possible, even if that's not how I'm feeling. And I did talk to someone earlier who seemed very sweet and patient. Sounded like a young man, and so I think I was talking to the actual owner, and she just came off a little bit like, how can I help you? I thought, I'm ordering a pink cake with strawberries. Like, a person with that kind of cake order, I feel like should get that kind of energy back. I know, they could be having a bad day, and honestly, I could probably be making it worse. There was one moment where I flubbed up because she said, what kind of flowers does she like? And with that question, I know she's a cake designer. I know she bakes cakes. But off the top of my head, when those words go into my ear and are processed in my brain area, I'm thinking, oh, they have a service where they offer flowers, maybe. That's, to you, maybe you're like, you're an idiot. Why would you think that? But to me, that made complete sense in the moment. And I said, oh, no, don't worry about it. No flowers will be needed. If any, I'll get them separately if I plan on getting any. And she's like, no, on the cake. I'm a cake designer. And she said that like, not like in a friendly way, in like a way like, oh no, like I meant on the cake. She was like, this is for your cake, you fucking idiot. Like, that was the tone. And I was like, oh, my bad. And after that, the whole phone call up to the very end felt like I was just fighting for my life. I usually don't have any sort of social anxiety when I'm doing phone calls or making orders in, because typically the people are pretty polite. But this experience was odd because I was just like, I just had an idea in my mind that, all people who work at bakeries are pretty kind-hearted people. But they, then again, you can have your bad days, and maybe I just caught her on a bad day, and maybe my voice going up like this, maybe this is just so unappealing. Like, maybe my voice is just so horrendous that it makes people want to quit their jobs. The reason I brought up the cake lady is because I'm posing a question to you, the audience, is that, have you ever had like a small interaction and it just ruins your whole day? Like, you're feeling good, like your day's starting, you got good enough sleep, things at work are moving along smoothly, you really don't have much to complain about, and then you just have an interaction like that just kind of like you're living in your own world, and then something just reminded you of reality, that like people aren't feeling the exact same way you are. Therefore, your whole brain course corrects and just focuses on that one moment. And even though it's not even on the cake lady at all, like that's not even on the cake lady. Maybe that's just how she is. Maybe she was having a bad day, and maybe I was just coming on too strong. Maybe I just came in with too much of a chipper energy, and she's like, fuck this guy. Completely valid if that's the case. But for me, and up to this point, I was like, why do these things bother me? Because I can have one bad interaction with someone at work, and it can bug me for the rest of the day. And I think of it this way: you had one interaction with one person, and while many people could brush that off and just be like, whatever, I'm never going to meet that person again, I think of it as a missed opportunity to make a connection with someone. And if I made a shot and it missed, that will bum me out. Like, that will bum me out. And not that I have to be friends with this person, but I do like to think that all interactions feel a lot better if there's a lot more gel to them, and both people leave the conversation or interaction feeling better about themselves. I do think that that's, how I hope in my imaginary perfect world. But the thing is, I also have my bad days. And so I can't be a hypocrite about it. I do have to recognize that things don't always go perfectly. Anyways, that was a long-winded conversation about making this beautiful cake, well, hopefully beautiful cake for Brenda, and I'm really excited about how it's going to turn out. I won't go into the details of what I wanted it to say, but it's just like, it's very basic because there's not a lot they can probably fit on that cake, so I had to keep it short. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it turns out, and I hope it's something that makes Brenda happy, because that's what it's about. It's her 30th. It's a big year. Her gifts, I have like most of them now. One of them I ordered a long time ago, and it was funny because we were looking on Amazon, just like, I don't know, I think we're just like shopping for random stuff. We're just looking at stuff together, and then she pointed at the exact thing that I got her. Well, not the exact thing, but pretty much like an older version of the exact thing. She was like, "Oh, you should get me one of these." I already ordered it like a week and a half ago, and I was like thinking and planning in my head what I was going to get her, and you know, it's just like I pride myself in being a pretty decent gift giver, and I don't know, I was just like, when someone already puts in their own mind what you already got them when you wanted it to be a surprise, for me, I'm always like, does that ruin the surprise? Does that ruin, like, I feel like giving the gift is getting a gift yourself, because you see the way that, you know, they receive it. But, you know, I'm conflicted. Is that me being selfish for even considering how I'm going to receive that reception of the gift? Like, so I had to separate myself from that idea, and I had to just be like, this is about her experience. This is about, you know, her being surprised by the gift. When she said, "You should give me that," I was like, well, now I don't want her to think I got her that because she told me to get her that. You know, I want her to be a surprise. I want her to be genuine. I didn't want her to have the idea in her brain that she has to tell me what I should get her. It is a great coincidence that I ended up getting what she wanted, like, just as she was joking, just as a throwaway. But at the same time, I'm recording this as proof to be like, hey, I already knew, and I pride myself in that. I didn't want you to ruin your own surprise, and so I was just kind of like, yeah, right, I'm not getting you that. I did. I got a better version, but I did get essentially the same thing. So if you're watching this now, I bet you're overthinking it, and you're completely right. But this is not about me. This is about Brenda's birthday, and I'm excited for what's going to happen. We are going to a Miley concert, but we already said that in the last vlog. So yeah, keep watching. So I also wanted to update people on the Monstera. As you guys can see, look at that. So it's starting to grow a little bit longer from the last, or I think about a week and a half ago that I was recording. So that's cool. I can't wait. It's growing a lot faster than I thought it would. I had to move it over here, and I just did that today, so that growth isn't because it's right by the window. But I had to move it because it was in the same room where the black mold is developing, and I'm trying to clear everything out of that room. But yeah, I thought, you know, why not share some of my other plants? I think you've seen this one already. But this is I don't know what it is. It's like the Bulbasaur plant. I have no idea what this one's called. As you can see, I had to put a label there because I'm not the expert at all. And then this one is my snake plant that actually bloomed, and that's actually where it flowered. Oh, there we go. But then I think about a week after they bloomed, they fell off, and I've been told that that's just what life is, you know? You come and you go. But anyways, yeah, that's a pretty cool one. And then this guy, I had to put a chopstick there so that I could support it because it used to be tiny. It used to be like right around here. And now look at all that growth. So yeah, that is this plant that I don't know the name of. I am sorry. I'm a very bad plant dad. But it was a gift along with this one and this one. Oh yeah, if anyone cares, this is my signed Doug Baldwin jersey. I'm only saying that because while I was recording that, I accidentally kicked it. All right, so look who I have here.
Hi, it's a different day.
It's a different day.
Sweater. Okay.
Different day, different week. And I don't know what the last clip was, but we're here at Trader Joe's, and we just got this very green 100% juice smoothie here. You can see that. And yeah, Trader Joe's is like our weekend thing. I'm like steaming because my glasses are are like fogging up. I'm gonna take those off. But yeah, I thought we could try this because she's sick.
Unfortunately.
Got sickness. Yeah.
It's not that bad though.
So we got her some green juice. So hopefully that will help with recovery. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers. Oh, that's really good. That's perfectly sweet. Oh my god.
Drink this on one sitting.
Wow. 270 calories.
It's got banana, mango, kiwi, apple, pineapple juice, green foods, and other added ingredients. What the fuck does that mean?
Just other stuff, man. Don't worry about it. 270 calories. That's pretty crazy. I wonder what's contributing to that the most.
Well, all fruits and vegetables.
You say you're not that sick. You can barely breathe, dude. You're like, and anyway, so we're off to start our day. What we have planned is we're gonna go to a Korean barbecue. Probably go just mosey around and then just get some steps in.
And go to Walmart.
Yeah, go to Walmart, and then we're shooting episode 2 of the pod, which I won't spoil what the topic is, but it's gonna be a fun one, I hope, with some dark themes and some depressing moments. But it's
go
gonna
watch it.
Yeah,
When it's up.
yeah. But yeah, go and watch it on her channel when you have the chance.
Yeah, it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. If you want to listen to the audio only.
Pandora, YouTube.
Not Pandora.
ESPN.
No.
Disney Plus. Check it. No. All right, we'll see you in the next clip. We're off to Soul Barbecue, or Soul Meat Barbecue in Totem Lake, Washington, and we're gonna have some KBBQ, and then I would just meander around that area, look at Trader Joe's, Ross, what else? Nordstrom Rack, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because she's still in search for, what is it again?
Some hats and cover up and cowboy boots.
Yeah, that's right, cowboy boots. So hopefully we get lucky, but we'll probably show some footage of the Korean barbecue. And I hope you guys get as hungry as we are right now watching it. So we'll see you there. So lots happened since the last clip, but we went to Soul Meat Barbecue in Totem Lake, like I said, and it's a really great place. For $45 a person, so 90 total, you get pretty much any choice of like a solid range of meat, from beef, chicken, seafood if you like squid and stuff like that, and then pork, of course. And it was awesome. We ate everything. But they do have a policy that if you don't finish your leftovers, you have to pay an additional $15. So we had to eat every single bite. So it's pretty crazy. But how'd you like it?
It was really good. I like all their selections that they have, because it's more than some of the other Korean barbecue places I've been to.
Yeah.
But it was really good. And I was so full. That their kimchi was really tasty. And I like their green tea pork belly. It was good. It was different.
Yeah, it was kind of, I don't know, I almost didn't taste it until you reminded me that it was green tea again. I was like, yeah, that's right.
Green tea is such a slight flavor. Yeah, I kind of have to think about what it tastes like. Yeah. But I really liked it.
I thought you might think it's a little gimmicky, but if you do like that matcha or green tea flavor, it's pretty nice. Like it complements it well enough, but it doesn't like ruin the flavor of the pork at all. You could think that like it's just gonna taste like straight up matcha the entire time, but really it's just the pork. Like 90% of the flavor is pork. Really good thick cuts. and then obviously you're cooking it yourself. But the first round we did chadobegi, which is like a thinly sliced beef brisket or something like that. And then we did samgyeopsal, and then we also did what was the third thing? Oh, we got beef tongue, but it wasn't beef tongue.
I don't know if they gave us the right thing or if that's just how they cut it, but it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, and I've either rolled the clips already or I'm rolling the clips right now. I don't know if I recorded every single session of meat that we got, but the ones that we do, I'll put a label what they are. But yeah, that third one wasn't beef tongue. It didn't have the same texture as lengua or anything like that, so I don't know what that was. But it was good, but it was a little bit tough for Brenda.
Yeah.
And she's sick too, so it's a little bit harder for her. She's been stuffy all day, and she's been wiping her nose with napkins, so her nose is just raw.
It's okay right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just put chapstick on it, Yeah.
And
I got my vapor inhaler.
Oh yeah, she's been ODing on that all day.
Where is it?
I know. She's been snorting that thing all day. I don't know how many times you're supposed to do it in a day, though.
It says use as needed.
Those are terrible instructions for people who are addicted.
It every 5 minutes.
I know. It's so good, though. I kind of want you to give me a hit right now. Can I get a hit right now? Okay, well, while she supplies the good, we're actually about to shoot episode 2, and I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but episode 2 of the Scare B&B podcast. I will post a link to it in the description, and then... Can you not? Bro, I wasn't even ready. You just shoved it in my nose while I'm promoting your channel. Okay. And if you don't watch it, I do, because this one's hard to suck.
Oh.
By itself. This one's always clogged a little bit, so I need help. Anyways, woo! I'm feeling good. That's gonna peak the audio for sure. But yeah, that's gonna be a really fun one, and yeah, can't wait for you guys to watch that. All right, so a little bit behind the scenes. So she didn't bring her little light, so we had to use the softbox. It's old cheap softbox that I've had forever, and so that's our source of light. We're kind of using the spill light because it's a little bit too harsh and you can't dim with this thing. We were going to use this as a bounce light, but it just wasn't quite doing it. But this is the setup. This is how low budget it is, and by low budget I mean a lot of this stuff is not cheap, so I'll just say low tech. But yeah, this old dingy couch in this kind of abandoned entertainment room. And yeah, that's us on this dusty old couch here. This is my spot right there. That's her spot right there, smack dab in the middle. And she's got her little bottle of electrolyte over there because she's sick like a dog. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to put a light behind the couch here, and that kind of provides the backlight, and that's the setup, guys. So that's about as technical and crazy as it gets. Obviously, this room has kind of been used for storage and just old stuff like accoutrements and old TVs that don't work and old memories and just a bunch of DVDs that I've had for a long time, and also my comic book collection that I needed to store somewhere. And I can't wait to someday have a beautiful place for that. So that's me speaking that into existence in the future. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm
Oh, yeah, I told them about your little setup. She just brought her toilet paper roll because we don't have any actual
tissue.
Well, I think I do have some tissues upstairs. Let me go get them so you're not taking a shit mid-podcast.
They're like, what is that for? Don't worry about it. I'm back, but welcome to episode 2.
Yes.
And then we can just go on from there.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so we just finished shooting episode 2. Please give it a watch. I'll try to put the link at the end unless she posts it after this video goes up. Then maybe I'll put the link in the description later. No, I'll put it in the comments. That sounds better.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was that? That was pretty fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, she's sick.
Like that.
She looks so scary. That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see it. I do a lot of talking in that, and if you're I already get enough of that on this channel, that's too bad. You just cover my face and then look at her pretty one if you want. So, Yeah, that was fun. But I think that's a wrap for this day. So I will see you guys whenever the next clip is.
All right, so Brandon's still feeling sick, and after that last clip, I was like, should I end the video? I'm like, no, I shouldn't end it like that. Still got a whole week ahead of me. I think I was mostly saying that just because I wanted Brendan to think that the video was done, but we still have her birthday stuff to plan for. Not that there's a lot I gotta do, but you know, there's a whole week of shenanigans that could happen. You never know. But Brenda's back home right now, and she's feeling sick. She's in bed right now, waiting for me to bring her what she asked for, which was, I don't know if the music's too loud, but she wanted cheesecake. And I know you're thinking, you're like, oh, she's sick. She shouldn't have that. But it is vegan cheesecake, so maybe that'll make it better. But I think it's mostly dairy and sugars you should avoid. This thing only has one of them, which is sugar. So technically, it's not as bad as it could be. But, you know, she said cheesecake, and I was like, you know what, that sounds pretty good. So I'm going to go to this place called Cafe Wild. It's located in Everett, Washington. And I think, honestly, my hand to God, downtown Everett, a little underrated. There's always parking available. It's a fairly walkable city. You would think like homelessness would be an issue if you're someone who's, I don't know, like kind of used to the homeless populations in Seattle and things like that. And if that deters you, then, you know, obviously you would assume Everett of all places might fall into that realm as well. But it's not. I would say like it's a fairly clean city. I mean, there's not a lot going on there. It usually feels abandoned at any hour of the day. Like there's usually no one there. But honestly, I like being able to drive downtown to Everett every now and then, just knowing that it's not going to be too busy, and there's always like little new restaurants and shops that are opening up every now and then. Not as frequently as obviously Seattle or some of the bigger cities, but you know, it is starting to get a little bit better, but that's my opinion. I don't know what the Everett Herald has to say about that, but I personally think it's not that bad. But anyways, Cafe Wild, I think it's reviewed pretty well on Yelp. I think it has like 4.5 stars or something like that. And they're a completely vegan restaurant. And I'm not a vegan guy, but I guess a little fun fact about myself, I did grow up vegan, and I didn't even know I was vegan at the time. I just didn't realize that everything I was eating was vegan, because when you're a kid, you're not really asking the waitress, hey, is that vegan? Like that's the least of your priorities. I think I just wanted to get back to whatever I was doing at the time, probably playing with Legos or drawing boobs or something. I don't know what I was doing as a kid. But yeah, gonna get the cheesecake. I'll show you guys what it looks like. We'll probably have it for dinner time. And I also got their smoky avocado dip, so I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, just like a fun little food weekend. I don't know if this PLOG is going to be longer than usual, but if it is, please stick around because there's more. All right? Thanks. Okay, I know what I said about parking usually being everywhere, but it's not today. And it's a Sunday. Like typically weekends you can find street parking. There was a place where I could parallel park, and I had plenty of room, but honestly, I hate parallel parking, and there was no one around to see, so I could have attempted it like 3 times. Usually I can actually nail parallel parking pretty well. If I have Brenda in the passenger seat, kind of like, hey, like you have enough room. But by myself, for some reason, I am helpless when it comes to parallel parking, even though I crushed it during, you know, the driving test. Oh my God, I can't even think of what that was. The driver's license test. What do you call it? Yeah. I overthink things way too much. But yeah, I crushed that, but I couldn't do backing around the corner very well. But I just realized, like, you don't really use backing around the corner as much in your day-to-day life as you think. Kind of like how, you know, I'm not using calculus all the time, but I still had to learn it. It's just one of those things that, you know, like, maybe it could happen. It could happen. In case you're in like a street race where you have to drive backwards, like you're in Fast and the Furious or something like that. Maybe. You never know. You never know when Vin Diesel is going to ask you to be part of the family. But anyways, we are here. I'm going to go in, and I kind of don't want to record anything because I'm not staying there. I'm just picking up the food. But I implore you to check it out. because I think this place is well reviewed, and we'll see if the food's good, and we'll let you know, obviously. But yeah, check it out. Support local businesses. I secured the bag. All right, so this is the smoky avocado dip, and it comes with some crackers, and we're gonna try that. And the next item is, thank you to my sister who is sick, is this goji orange strawberry cheesecake, completely vegan. That looks beautiful.
Yeah, 2 more.
And then we have 2 more of them, but they're all the same.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know. Yeah, so the dip is inside the avocado. That's really cool. All right. That's so good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Try.
Mm.
I like the fresh green onion on top.
A little bit of that fresh green onion. So it's like smoked guac, but I don't know if they put like smoked salmon in there, but it does have like a smoked salmon flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you these little chips. I don't know if they make them in house. They probably don't, but these are really good too. I don't know what you describe them as. Not wheat thins, but I've had crackers like these before.
Yeah, they're like such a unique texture.
It's like a sesame cracker. It has a very nice sesame flavor to them, but the smoked flavor on this is incredible.
Because was it vegan?
Yeah, the entire restaurant's vegan.
Then it probably wasn't salmon.
Yeah. But
What is it?
it tastes like smoked salmon.
Maybe it's some kind of seasoning that tastes like that, you know?
It could be.
And then with like some green onion. And
Yeah, that is so good. And cheesecake we'll try later. This dip is so good. Oh my god, yeah. I want this whole thing to be filled with it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Crazy. So we said we would try this lovely cheesecake here. I just know they sell the goji berry things, like the vitamins.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. That's it. You can tell, like if I say this is a vegan cheesecake, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a vegan cheesecake, because it's like not as thick and not as creamy as a typical cheesecake, but it's still got like some of the texture.
Yeah.
Like it's still like it is still thick and creamy. What am I talking about? But like it doesn't have like the dairy taste of like a cream cheese.
It's good.
It is very good. I would like compare it more to like a pumpkin pie puree. A very thick pumpkin pie puree, but
Fruity.
yeah, you got like an oatmeal texture in the crust.
It's delicious.
And yeah, that orange is really coming through. You can almost taste the rind. And it's got like a tartness, which probably is from the goji berry. And then the strawberry on the top. It's very good. I'd say this is just as satisfying as a cheesecake. But also, it's nicer because it feels like you could eat multiple slices of this, which might not be good for you. But cheesecake, I always get over-sweetened. I always feel like I can only have one. It's too rich for me. But I feel like I could have a couple of these.
At least.
It's nice. Yeah. I like them. So, that's it. What do you say?
I like it. I think it's a better choice than a cheesecake for me, at least right now too.
Yeah.
So I don't have the dairy in it.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good option.
Cafe Wild. Pretty good. It's wild.
I've never had a vegan one.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
So we have finally, or actually we're about to book our trip to Clearwater for our 30th birthday collectively. And yeah, we've been like trying to plan this for about a month or so. You might have seen her on the vlog. I'm trying to plan it at that little cafe, but finally we're getting around to booking the flight. We still have to book our stay. So we're on Airbnb, and I know what you might have to think about Airbnb, but we found some pretty decent places.
Yeah,
so
not too bad.
Yeah, so we're looking around, but right now we're about to do it, and we thought we'd share this moment of us spending money. But we got a companion, our passenger companion fare discount, because I have Alaska Airlines I have their credit card, so it does give you that once a year. So we're going to use that for this trip. So we got a pretty good savings. I'd say like a 30 to 40% savings on the trip. So let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
That was stiff.
Well, that's your fault, dude. There you go. That's not me. I'm staying here. You gotta bring the velocity. There we go. Did you see that?
Me.
Did you see that? Oh my gosh. I'm calling the cops. All right. So this is the purchase right here. And this is the purchase button here. And this is our finger. And we're gonna press this together. 1, 2, 3.
Your request is landing shortly.
Your credit card has been declined. You're in massive debt and you shouldn't be making purchases at this
You're
volume.
like, shh. Shut up.
You're
You're
irresponsible
ruining the
spender. Also, your Wi-Fi connection is bad. There we go. We got it. Woo! Yeah. Let's go. All right. See you in the next clip.
All right, so a little bit of an update. I have a cold. I don't know if it's COVID. I don't think it is, but you know, I don't want to take any risks. So what we're going to do for this portion of the video is we're going to take a COVID test together. And that's going to be fun. So far I have a sore throat. I have body aches. I woke up this morning feeling like I got hit by a bus. I worked out the day before because I felt completely fine. So I thought maybe it's because I hit the gym so hard and because I'm like so tough or something. But no, that's actually probably not it. I feel like wrapping myself in a little blanket like a lumpia. And then just, I don't know, drifting off into whatever crazy dreams I have, because I've been having some intense dreams, and that's not even with NyQuil. So anyways, what am I saying? Oh yeah, COVID test. Also, if you're like, the camera's lopsided, I know. I literally have it on top of a bag of rocks. You don't believe me? I have like this little novelty bag of rocks. I remember like as a kid, I was obsessed with these polished rocks. I still kind of am. I used to collect rocks in the creek, and then I got a polisher for it. And yeah, I used to do that. I had a bunch of different little hobbies as a kid, but probably hobbies that any other person has had, so I feel like it's not that interesting. I think if you go to like a zoo or, I don't know, like a museum or something, they always have that big, like, I don't know what to call it, like a big old basin full of polished rocks, and then you could put your rocks into a little baggie that they provide. I used to be obsessed with those. I used to be like always digging for tiger's eye. I really love tiger's eye. Just any rocks that like had colors that were very unique. Agate, I was obsessed with agate. I used to go to the creek and dig for agate. I do miss those days. I do miss making mud pies, and not like the I think you should leave mud pies, just like actual mud pies. I miss doing that stuff. Anyways, I'm showing you the self kit, at home kit. I think they're free. My sister sent me a bunch, so I'm using that. I haven't done this in a long time, so I actually have to follow the instructions. I don't get sick very often. You gotta do it for 5 times in 15 seconds up your nose. I forgot about that. Pretty easy. Pretty simple stuff. So I got my cotton swab, I got the solution, and then, of course, what I'm going to be dropping it into, the test kit. This is gonna suck. I hate doing this. Okay. Here's a cotton swab. Each nostril 5 times, 15 seconds total. So count with me. 5. Oh, God damn. Oh, I'm crying. I hate that you have to use the same swab. I mean, it's like for safety, but it's still gross. It's wet up there. Oh, that's awful. That's awful, but it's worth it. And then stick that sucker in there. I see to fiddle around with that for a little bit. I think it's, I don't know, what was it, 15 seconds? What's up? Oh, you want a cocktail? Coming right up. And then you kind of squeeze the tip, make sure you get all that nose juice out. Disgusting. I almost made myself throw up. Nose juice is disgusting. What a bad phrase. Okay, and then put the cap back on. All right, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that off screen, but you get the idea. Drop it in there. And 3. All right, now we wait 15 minutes, so I'll check back with you guys after 15 minutes. Okay, I just looked at the results. Not what I wanted to see. According to my test, I'm pregnant. No, just kidding. I have COVID. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna focus. I tested positive. It says even a faint line shows that you have tested positive for COVID. That sucks. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Damn. Anyways, that's life. So see you in the next clip.